Since the final Super Mario Maker 2 update, there is not going to be any more content unless there's a Super Mario Maker 3, and today I'll be saying the top 50 things that should be in Super Mario Maker 3. Let's get to the video. Also, just before we start, I want to say that I have a Discord server, so just click the link in the description to go join it. Anyways, let's start. Fuzzy. Fuzzies were first introduced in Super Mario World, which was a game that came out in 1990 for the SNES. I think these would be a great addition for Super Mario Maker 3 because they're very basic, like Goombas. They're just a spiky enemy that can be defeated with fireballs or spin jumped on. Ice Flower. Ice Flower was first introduced in Mario Galaxy, but the modern version was introduced in NSMB Wii. So basically what it does is like a fire flower, but it just freezes the enemy in an ice block, and I think this should be in Mario Maker 3 because I've seen a lot of concept videos about it. Amp. First in Super Mario 64, it's just kind of like the Fuzzy, except it can't be defeated without a star, and it zaps you, which takes a couple seconds. Sumo Bros. Sumo Bros are a very unique enemy. You put them up on a platform, they jump down, smash the ground, and a big lightning thing comes, and then a bunch of fire goes everywhere. It's very confusing, but I think these should be in Super Mario Maker 3 because they did make an appearance in Super Mario World and New Super Mario Bros. U. Double and triple fire bars. We have just one bar right now, but if we could have 2 or 3 like this level from New Super Mario Bros. U, that would be very good, which would add a lot more challenge and diversity to castle levels. Speaking of diversity, diverse Yoshis. All we have right now is Green Yoshi and Red Yoshi, but there's so many other Yoshis in the Super Mario series that do unique things, so I think those should be added. Purple Yoshi can eat a shell and start flying, and Yellow Yoshi can pound the ground every time he touches it if he has a Koopa shell in his mouth. But to make it simpler, I think they should just remove the Koopa shell thing and just have the abilities right off the bat. Yoshi Fruit. Yoshi fruits are just what they sound like. Yoshi eats the fruits. And after eating 5 fruits, he can poop out something useful like a 1-up or a mushroom. A new style. We have 5 styles right now. Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and Super Mario 3D World. But a lot of people say it says extra game styles, so that means it's more than one. And people say add a Super Mario Odyssey game style, but I don't really like that. That would just be weird. Add a new Super Mario Bros. Game style. This would open up for a lot of new opportunity with all the enemies and power-ups, and it's about time we have a Mega Mushroom, don't you think? Wide question mark blocks. They're like the question mark block, except instead of spewing 1 coin, it spews 3 coins, and it acts as a 3-block platform, so. Boss fight rooms. Boss fight rooms are just entering a door and fighting a boss, not needing to touch an axe, a flagpole, or any of that other stuff. It just ends once you defeat the boss. This would be really good for the Super Worlds, because you don't have to touch a flagpole or hit an axe after you kill a boss, which is kind of stupid. New bros. Right now we have the Hammer Bro, Sledge Bro, and the Fire Bro, which is only in the Super Mario 3D World style. What I'm saying is Fire Bro should be added to all the styles, along with Boomerang Bro and Ice Bro. Vines/chains. These can be really useful for platform levels, or levels where the floor is lava, because you can just swing from vine to vine, and depending on how high you go, it swings you a different amount of distance. So in the grass and nature themes, it could be a vine, and in the castle and indoor themes, it could be a chain. Bony Beetles. Bony Beetles are like dry bones, except they're only 1 block tall, and every once in a while, they just shoot out their spikes and stand there and do nothing. I imagine these could open up for a lot of new opportunities in Kaizo levels where you have to jump at a specific time. New themes. Some new themes could be mountain, beach, volcano, autumn, and tower. Fall is not a really popular one at all in the Mario series, but I still think they should be in Super Mario Maker 3. Snow spikes. To go along with the new Super Mario Bros. Theme, snow spikes were added in the first level of World 5, and they're kind of like spikes in the snow theme, except the snowballs actually hurt you and they get bigger as they roll. Pink bouncy mushrooms. These are yet another thing from New Super Mario Bros., and they're basically like a mushroom platform, except they're really bouncy. Waddle Wing. If they added the acorn suit to Super Mario Maker 2, why wouldn't they add the Waddle Wings? They go along perfectly. Waddle Wings were first shown in the new Super Mario Bros. U game, where they just jump off a platform and glide down, and they can stick to walls. A lot of them do carry acorns too, and that could be useful for a lot of levels. Baby Yoshis. This one is kind of controversial because there's two types of Baby Yoshis. The first one is in Super Mario World, where after they eat a couple enemies, they become a full-grown Yoshi. Or in New Super Mario Bros. U, where they actually stay Baby Yoshis, no matter how many enemies they eat. I'm gonna go with New Super Mario Bros. U on this one, because the Super Mario World one is very confusing. So the pink Baby Yoshi can turn into a giant bubble and fly. The blue Baby Yoshi can spit out bubbles and capture enemies. And the yellow Baby Yoshi can light up the dark and stun enemies. Mega Bowser. I know if you just add a mushroom to Bowser, he becomes really big, but I mean big Bowser, like New Super Mario Bros. U. This could be good as a final level in a super world, and he could just do the same things as he normally does. Urchins. These are a very basic enemy. They just float around in water levels, and they can be killed with fireballs. Star Coins. This is a no-brainer. Come on, Nintendo. It's 3 star coins a level, and you have to do a little extra challenge or find a secret to find one. These could be really good for replay time on people's levels, because they actually spend more time looking for the star coins. Or you could make a clear condition where you have to collect all 3 star coins in order to beat the level. This also goes for dragon coins, which are just like star coins, but there's 5 instead of 3, and they're from Super Mario World. And once you collect all 5, you get a 1-up. And it could be green stars for the Super Mario 3D World style. Boss doors. These would go really good along with boss fight rooms, and they're just normal doors, except they look a little more fancy and creepy. Launch pipe. Launch pipes are just pipes you get into, and they shoot you really far. Moving bricks and coins. Bricks and coins that just come into the level as you play. They are used a lot in New Super Mario Bros. U, so this would be a great addition for Super Mario Maker 3. Bubble coins. This is also a no-brainer too, like the star coin. They're supposed to be coins that float around the water, but this could also work out of water too, like shown in this level. Porky Puffer. I know, it's in the Super Mario 3D World style, but it's only in the Super Mario 3D World style. Add it to all styles of the game. Porky Puffer did make an appearance in Super Mario World and New Super Mario Bros. U, so why not just add it to the old games as well? 3-up Moon. Only shown a couple times in Super Mario World. If you collect it, it gives you 3 1-ups. Red coin ring. This would be a little bit complicated, but when you spawn in the ring, it would also spawn 8 red coins, and if you collect all 8 of them within a certain amount of time, you get a little prize. A green coin ring. This is similar, except not all 8 of them spawn at the same time. 5 trios of coins spawn separately at different places, and you have to go collect them. Blue coins. These do not have a reward, but if you press a P button, a bunch of blue coins spawn. They're kind of like bricks turning into coins, except when the button is not pressed, the bricks aren't there. Flowers. These are just details kind of in the background. They go back and forth to the music, and if you spin jump or ground pound on them, then they spew out a little bit of coins. Grolls. These enemies can only be defeated with a star or by hitting them with a brick. They roll back and forth, and they usually come out of pipes, and they can be different sizes too. These will be a really simple enemy for Mario Maker 3, so that's why I think it should be in there. Stone spikes. Instead of throwing spikes towards you, they throw it in front, so it falls down in front of them, and every time it hits a platform, it just does a little stop. Brambles. These are the worst enemy ever. I hate it so much. But it should be in Mario Maker 3. They basically just have 2 really big legs, and then they flip over, and then you have to jump on this little tiny ball of their head. And if you touch your legs once, dead.
Hello.
Extending mushrooms. These are in actually a lot of Mario games. Basically, they just extend, and then they go back to a small size after a couple seconds. Fire snakes. They're just little balls of fire that jump towards you, and after a couple jumps, they get really big. Penguin suit. It's sort of like the ice flower, except you can slide on your tummy and you can swim really well. Wooden snake blocks. These wooden snake blocks are kind of like the extending mushrooms, except they're not mushrooms. 1 block and then it transforms into 5 blocks. Sometimes they can go up and sideways. Charge and Chuck. Charge and Chucks have been in a lot of Super Mario games, and they just basically charge towards you and they take 3 hits to kill. Different style maps. I'm not talking about themes, I'm talking about styles. It's only in Super Mario World right now, but why not Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. U, and Super Mario 3D World. Swoops. These bat-like enemies hang on the ceiling until you get near them. They swoop down and fly towards you, and they just need 1 jump to be killed on top of their head. Daytime Forest Poison. In the forest theme, it's water in the day and poison in the night. But not in one Mario game is water in a forest theme. It's always poison or just nothing. So it would be really cool if you could just remove the water and just add poison completely to the forest theme. And then the water would be in the beach theme. Hex nuts. These are really good for airship levels, where you just jump on them and they spin forwards, but very slowly. And as you stand on them, you fall down, so you have to keep jumping. Hooligans. These are kind of like the penguin suit, except an enemy. They just slide on their belly and they take 2 hits to kill. Bucket crabs. These enemies are 1 block tall, and they just stand still, and then when they jump, they throw a rock at you to try to hit you. And they can easily be jumped on to kill, and for some reason, you're able to jump on the rocks. That's just weird. On-off burners. These were only in 1 level in New Super Mario Bros. 2, but it's actually a really cool concept. It's like an on-off switch, but it's a burner. That's literally the name, but like, yeah, still. Hammer suit. This only appeared in Super Mario Bros. 3, but it's actually really cool. It was only shown a couple times in the entire game, which is stupid because it was a really good power-up. So I think this should be in all styles of Super Mario Maker 3. Background conch doors. This would be very good for the Super Mario 3D World style, where they just stand in the background and hit towards you. This has actually been said a lot among the community of Super Mario Maker 2, and it appears in Super Mario 3D World, so... Mini mushroom. These have appeared in the new Super Mario Bros. Series a lot, where it's very tiny, and if you touch it, you become tiny. Duh. You can run up walls and on top of water, and you have really high jumps. But to kill enemies, you have to ground pound them, and you only take 1 hit to get killed. So I wouldn't recommend going in every level with it, but in some places it could be really useful. And last but not least, blue shell. This is from New Super Mario Bros, where if you collect it, you can slide in a shell like a Koopa and knock anything out of your way. But the thing is, the only time you can change direction is if you hit a wall. But it's kind of hard to use, so I wouldn't recommend putting it in every single Mario Maker 3 level. So those are the 50 things I think should be in Super Mario Maker 3. If we ever get it. So thanks for watching, and I might make a part 2 if you guys leave your suggestions in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace!